Hi, I'm Chris, that running guy, and today I'm going to be reviewing these. The Puma Velocity Nitro 2s. The reason I got this shoe is because I was looking for a daily trainer, and that daily trainer was going to replace my outgoing Pegasus 37s. So this seems a perfect transition, both for a 10mm drop, and so I thought I'd take a punt on this. Size 11 in the Nikes, size 11 in these. Fitment's good, quite a long shoe, but didn't have any problems there. Width-wise, fits quite well as well. One thing I noticed that was really comfortable was this kind of padding around the tongue area. It just feels just perfect. It's not too hard, not too soft. I sound like one of the three bears when they're tasting their porridge, don't I? The tongue area, quite spongy. When you first put it on, you have to do the laces. I found do them up pretty tight to get a good lockdown, but it's really comfortable to walk in. But you know, what was it like on that first run? Well, I was expecting it to be really cushion. You know, we got this kind of nitro foam. It says it's a responsive cushion ride. It's a very light shoe, 257 grams. So I was expecting a lot. As soon as I went out, like the first kind of half a mile, yes, I'd done a 5K time trial, so my legs were kind of a bit shot. Was a little bit disappointed. It kind of felt, I don't know, not as bouncy as I thought it was going to be, and from kind of this area forward, didn't feel that there was kind of much to it. Once I upped the pace to kind of my upper easy pace, so you know, I started off in the 8-minute mile-ins, but once I got to my upper easy, which is about 7:45, the shoe felt a lot better. Okay, up until about 7:20 pace, and then anything from there onwards, I felt that I was having to kind of put in more effort with the shoe, but I was still getting this kind of area here that just felt there wasn't much to it. So a lot of cushioning across here, but then I get to this area and it felt quite flat. Another thing I did notice, that especially on my right foot, I was getting a kind of hot spot under my big toe. So I went back home, changed the inner soles to out my Pegasus 37s, because forget the Puma ones. If we have a look, it's just not much to it over this side. So I don't know if it was maybe the inner soles too thin. So it did feel a lot better. But after my run, definitely feel there was a hot spot under my big toe on my right foot, and also my toes kind of, you know, on the verge. If maybe if I went for a 10-mile run, because I only went for a 5-mile run, I might get a blister there. I don't know if that's because I'm used to my Pegasus 37s, and you don't feel this area here because you've got that kind of airbag. Maybe I'm just not used to that, and my toes have turned into, you know, a bit of wusses. But when I changed the inner soles over, it did feel a lot better. Durability on the shoe, I think it's going to be a good one. It's a very similar looking sole to Pegasus 37, and the same sole on the 38 as well. The only difference is the kind of depth in the rubber. It's a bit softer and not as deep on the Pegasus 37s, but on the Pumas it's a lot thicker and a lot harder. So I think durability is going to be good. Really good grip, stability was fine. But when you look at kind of the write-up, it says it's an all-in-one shoe, and it's responsive and cushioned. I would kind of disagree. I think it's a shoe that's going to work for easy runs up to kind of slower medium paces. Anything quicker than that, as I say, I had to really kind of work for it. So would I recommend this shoe? Well, to be honest, after my first run, it's a difficult one. I think I need to get some more runs in it. That issue of kind of this front area, and you know, my toes being a bit sore is not great. But hopefully, I've done an Eddbud. He calls it a Frankenstein, where he takes something at one shoe and puts it in another. So I've changed the inner sole. So hopefully that will improve it. So I thought it's fair to give him another chance and take him out on a second run. filmed a bit to camera, come home, hadn't filmed a bit to camera, so I thought I'd finish it off now. As you know, I changed the inner soles and I thought I need to give them another chance to obviously give you a kind of fair review of them. They were better, as they put in the Pegasus 37 inner soles in, have improved them, so now I don't get the hot spot. I don't know why they've got a thin inner sole, but you know, we're all different and they don't, you know, work for me. I think that if you are someone who's used to kind of getting that kind of road feeling shoes, as I mentioned before, I'm not used to that with Nikes because they've got additional cushion in them. So is it going to go in my rotation? Yes, it is. It sits quite nicely, and say between that kind of slow to slow medium, and then my Pegasus 37 sits kind of medium to slow fast. So, you know, the two shoes will work together well. Have you got Pumas? Have you had any issues like this at all with hot spots? Let me know down in the comments. Or do you like the shoe? I say we're all different, but I just trying to give a, you know, my honest review. I don't want to just lie and say, you know, they were great, because, you know, I had a few teething problems with them. So I hope you find the review helpful, and as per always, onwards and upwards. Cheers!